Hey, I'm here with Benson Eapen, and Benson is our new worship associate. And so I just want to give you an opportunity to get to know him a little bit. So, Benson, tell us a little bit about your family, your kiddos, kind of where you grew up.
Yeah. I grew up in New York, and then I came and moved here to Dallas in like 2006. And for a long time there, being in Texas, I didn't think that I would stay. And so even for being from New York, I never thought I would even be here and move here to Texas, but I love Texas now. And so my whole family, we got this awesome time to just build my whole family here. So my wife, who is from California, from Chile, my background is Indian. And so I grew up in an Indian Pentecostal church. And my kids, I have Violet is 5, Lucas is 3, and Eliana is 1. So our hands are full all the time. We're always busy, but we love the last couple of years just to be parents and do that ministry at our home. So,
Man, I'm hoping Lucas has the coolest hair of probably any kid that I've seen. I'm hoping to get some hair like that too at some point.
yeah, super curly.
So, tell us how you and your bride met.
Yeah. So Franny and I met in at Christ for the Nations, and I was a student there till 2009, and then I was on staff thereafter. Franny was a student there, I think, 2008. So we were just friends. We weren't dating at the time. And then years and years later, we reconnected and got married. So that itself is a story, but just so grateful that we got to reconnect years and years later, and then start a relationship and just a beautiful life. So
I love that. So Indian background.
yeah,
And she has a Chilean background.
Yeah.
You're from New York. She's from LA. You'll meet in Dallas. So a natural question I would ask is what are some of your favorite food items that she makes
yeah.
that maybe have kind of a Chilean flair? And what would she say, do you think, some of her favorite things that you make that might have kind of an Indian flair to them?
Yeah, so the Chilean people, they don't even eat spicy food there, so they've not experienced any sort of spice like that. But they're all about bread, all about meat and things like that. And so I've gotten that side of it, the food. So something that she makes actually is not Chilean, but she makes this a chili chicken with rice, and it's really, really amazing chili chicken that she makes. So she'll do that. That's one of my favorite things that she makes. For me, I hog the kitchen the most because I cook all the time, so she knows it's like my passion. And so, I don't know what she would say. She loves all my pastas that I make. Anything that's chicken, meat, but I think her favorite thing that I make would be like a phenomenal burger that I put together for her. Yeah, she likes that.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Now, where'd you go to school?
I went
College-wise?
Yeah, so college, I went to Hofstra University on a basketball scholarship. And then after I injured my knee, lost my scholarship, and then a year later went into Bible school. So, and then that was my whole ride there is at Christ for the Nations, and then working there too. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. All right. Tell me, again, going back to kind of your family and hanging with Franny, favorite date that you and Franny have on a regular basis? Is there any thing that y'all like to do or a place that y'all like to go?
Yes, there is a restaurant in downtown Dallas called Meso Maya, and we like going there. They have really good food, but they bring out this carne asada that's amazing. So we usually try to go there on a date night every once in a while, but we like to make sure that we go to not franchise places, but places that just have the one location or 2 locations just to see and try different food. So we're foodies. We love food. So we're always trying something new. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Best part of being a dad. What are some of the things that you love doing with your 3 kids?
So I love wrestling so much that I do it with my kids.
I
So
think that's where you and PJ like really connect.
Yeah.
Is the wrestling piece.
so my kids will always run at me and will want me to throw them or something like that, or I try to teach them like the way that you're supposed to do these little kicks that they do in wrestling and make the noise, and so they're always walking around like, "Hey, Dad, watch," and then just hit their knee and try to kick me at the same time. So I usually like to I love playing with them and just having that time. And I know that they can come to me to do that. So yeah,
Like getting drop kicked is kind of a form of love, an expression of love in your house. I like
did
that.
it like close to the face, but not fully.
I love that. Okay. Talk to me about how long have you been leading worship? Where did that start for you?
So I started leading worship when I was 13. The church I grew up in, the Indian church, I just one day said I wanted to volunteer and help them with putting lyrics on the screen. So back then, you had those transparency sheets, and I'll just sit there and just push them one by
Right.
just go to the next one. But from there, I just enjoyed worship so much. It just became something where I was more interested in it. But just understanding that we're singing songs that's bringing the congregation together and to prepare them for a word, that's always been something that's always in my heart. So that moment at 13, I just said, I want to focus on this and understand this more. And so, even when you're that young, you're very zealous. You want to try so many things. But through time, had enough experience to be around so many different people and personalities and teams, but to learn that in the end of the day, it's always about how you respond to God and how you respond to his presence. And I might not be in a worship setting, but when I walk out of here and I go home, like, how am I responding privately?
Yeah.
And so that's what worship is to me, is appropriately responding to God's presence. Yeah.
That's good. How about just kind of a snapshot of your philosophy of music and worship?
Yeah, I believe that for worship, I never want us to be a distraction for people that are coming in. I think about all the families and all these people that are coming in from all walks of life, and I think maybe they've had a struggle for that week, but they also are wanting to come in to pull away from that and to remind them of what God's plan is for them. And so my job is to make sure I soften their hearts for the word to come through, and that word can penetrate into their heart. I want to make sure that I use that time wisely so that they can experience worship and fully immerse themselves without any distraction. So my philosophy is our musicians just need to be on point, because we're also responsible for their time too. And my philosophy is that if we can not distract anybody from worship, then we can allow God to move, and we can see people really respond, no matter what song we're singing and what we're doing at that time. But it's important that we have enabled them to respond, and that's what's most important in my philosophy of worship. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, last question. So if there's something kind of unique that not many people know about you, but you would be willing for Lake Church to know about you, what would be kind of a fun fact about Benson?
Fun fact would be, I proposed to my wife. I surprised her with that proposal, and I planned the wedding at the same day. So what we did was I told her, hey, we're gonna go somewhere, propose to her in some sort of field that we had set up, and then I said, hey, we're going to our friend's rehearsal dinner. But I was planning these things out with her family too, so we already had the wedding dress that she was already looking at for the last year whenever we were gonna get married. So we bought that, and her sister's a makeup artist, so she did her makeup, and we just had 15 people that we invited, and we did it outdoors in Grapevine, and it was probably the most beautiful day that we've ever had. And her dad, who's a pastor, married the both of us, and so it was it's one of those things where she did not expect it at all. No one did, but I perfectly made sure that all the ideas and the things that she wanted was there and implemented. And I think the most important thing for her is that she enjoyed the day. So at the end of the day, I asked her, I know we had the wedding, we can do a big wedding. She's like, no, this is perfect, so.
Wait, let me back up for a second. You proposed to her and had the wedding on the same day?
Yes, yeah. It was let's say I proposed to her at 1 o'clock, and then
That's
we
amazing.
got married at 4:30. Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. We set up.
I have a feeling there's a bunch of single guys that are in relationships that are going to want to have a conversation with you after hearing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've made sure that this, when you want to marry your bride, you want to make sure you understand all the things that they want in their wedding, and why. So I always made note of all those things, and when that day came, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. And that was big.
Yeah.
Well, man, we're glad you're here. And I hope you find time to get to know Benson and his leadership as he becomes part of the collective here. So, man, glad you're
Yeah.
with us.
Thank you. So excited to be here.